What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Found a 2021 GMC Sierra half-ton with the 3-liter DURAMAX, and it had a failure right in front of me. I'm going to show it to you guys here really quickly, but we got to answer this question. What is actually covered under your emissions warranty? We're going to unpack that today because this would not have fallen under the emissions warranty. So does anyone know what this guy is right here? This is the DPF for the 3-liter DURAMAX, and this thing is not lightweight. You can see some of the soot right here. But yeah, this part basically failed on the truck. If I have a chance, maybe I'll have Brian explain exactly what happened here. But regardless of it, this technically would not be covered under the emissions warranty. So I'm pretty sure there's probably certain stipulations that will fall under emissions, because if you don't know, the emissions warranty I believe is like 8-year 100,000 mile. Powertrain warranty for diesels 5-year 100, and then of course you have your 3-year 36 bumper to bumper. Now this truck being a 2021, bumper to bumper is pretty much gone, right? So this would have to fall under either Goodwill or powertrain. So the new one's pretty much getting put back in right now. You guys know Brian here.
Howdy.
So new DPF, new gaskets obviously, all covered under the factory warranty. How many miles are on this truck again?
54,000 maybe?
54,000. Man, it's nice to have a lift, guys. Just know that when you're working on a truck, you can lift it and lower it as you will. How many hours have you pretty much put on this one too?
I think maybe 6.
6 hours? Okay, so
right
if you're
around there.
So if you're at a factory warranty, figure 6 hours, probably 8 hours in total once you're all done. And $205 an hour, I think is what hourly labor is right now. Mm-hmm. Warranty's probably what, half of that?
Well, the warranty pays 10.
Oh, okay.
So
the customer pay is probably like more like 12 hours.
Yep, 12 to 15.
12 to 15, wow. So 12 to 15 hours for this job basically. So there's the new DPF right here. And he's just pretty much tightening everything back up in here too right now.
Sometimes about all that you can do is see it.
Yeah. So Brian said that on the LZOs, this is a little bit of an easier job because it comes in 2 pieces.
Well, it's not even 2 pieces, but there's like a section right here, and then there's a section right here, and it kind of dips in the middle, so it's not fat the whole way.
Okay.
So you can kind of maneuver it out a little bit easier, but
that's nice.
This one where it's all just one straight fat, it's pain in the butt.
That is crazy. And you said, how did this one fail? You said it wasn't heating up anymore?
Yeah, so it wasn't, there was an internal failure, I don't know what, it was probably something with the filter media.
Okay.
But it just wasn't getting hot enough to burn the soot out like it should.
Yeah.
So it thought, it was setting a code for the def injector. Because it was not seeing the NOx dip as low as it should with the def injection. Yeah. But it just wasn't getting hot enough to properly use the def to convert the NOx into stuff that goes out of the tailpipe. You know,
exactly.
So. But wow. Should be able to do this, run a regen on it.
You're just gonna do a manual regen right here? Okay, that's
service
cool.
regen. Outside, but
oh yeah.
I want to be chooching in the shop.
Yeah. So do you do it off of the OBD? Just run it?
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah. You can't force it using cruise. Okay. So.
Can on a Banks.
Yeah, you can.
Not a sponsored video.
That is true. 100% true. No, that's awesome. So I mean, there's really nothing you can do with this. Is just a normal, or potentially normal issue that someone can have with their DPF.
Yeah, I mean, not normal. I mean, like I said, I've only done probably 4 of these in total, but...
Have you done any LZLs yet?
I think I did 1.
Oh, okay.
But it was like right when it came out. I think the thing had like 1,000 miles on it, and you just got a bad one. But
gotcha.
It's not a super common issue, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
The lower cats, like the actual NOx converter underneath, those ones we have a lot of issues with. They'll set like a P2C7A, I think is the code. But throw a converter in there and
nice. Okay.
Yep.
Well, no, I appreciate you, brother. I just saw you working over here. I figured I just want to see what you were doing. We got to get you on YouTube, man. We want to see you, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, well, maybe we can give him a channel name by the end of this video. We could maybe have one together.
Put it in the comments.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Now, Brian just made a good point. You know what's crazy? When you have to get to one part, look at all the stuff that you have to take out first. I mean, I see windshield wiper, motor right there.
Motor, the cow.
The cow, yep. All the heat shields. And then over here, he was saying, look at all the stuff like
battery, fuse block, EGR cooler, battery tray.
Yeah, so there's just, and then of course the wheel well has to come out. And I just took out my wheel well, and that's a beast in itself because you have to tuck, and then putting it back in, you got to tuck it back in here and hate all that stuff. So it's just a lot of work, guys, that goes into this stuff. I mean, you're probably looking at maybe 2 hours before you even start unbolting that guy there. So just keep these things in mind when you're complaining about the hourly labor and stuff like that. I've never thought to look at what the emissions coverage is for these trucks. Now, most of us know about the powertrain warranty, and from my understanding, any type of emissions components are not covered under this warranty. So right here, emissions control system warranty. You guys see here, federal light duty cars and trucks have a defect and performance warranty of 2 years 24. Specified major components is 8 years or 80,000 miles. I've always thought it was 100,000 miles, but that's not the case that you see here. Federal heavy duty trucks is 8,501 pounds to 19.5, 5 years 50 for defect and performance. And of course for California, here's what they have. I'm sure we all know what defect warranty is, but I've never heard of performance warranty. So it says here, some states and our local jurisdictions have established periodic vehicle inspections and maintenance programs to encourage proper maintenance of your vehicle. If an EPA approved IM program is enforced in your area, you may also be eligible for emission performance warranty coverage when all 3 of the following conditions are met. The vehicle has been maintained and operated in accordance with the instructions for proper maintenance and use set forth in your owner manual. Supply with your vehicle. The vehicle fails an EPA approved IM test during the emissions warranty period. And then lastly, the failure results or will result in the owner of the vehicle having to bear a penalty or other sanctions, including the denial of the right to use the vehicle under local, state, or federal law. GM warrants that your dealer will replace, repair, or adjust to GM specifications at no charge to you. Any of the parts listed under the emissions warranty parts list. And you can pretty much read off from there, but let's go ahead and check out what components are covered under this warranty. Now, I apologize that this is probably the boring part of the video, but hang in there with me because I want you guys to see something. For 3 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first, for emissions related parts, if your vehicle fails a small check inspection, GM will make all necessary repairs and adjustments to ensure that your vehicle passes the inspections. This is your emissions control system performance warranty. If any emissions related part on the emission warranty part list is defective, GM will repair or replace it. This is your short-term emissions control system defect warranty. So that's for 3 years or 50,000 miles. You guys see for 70 years
or 70,000 miles, whichever comes first, for emissions related parts. If any emissions related part specially noted on the emissions warranty parts list is defective, or if the failure causes your vehicle to fail a small check inspection, GM will repair or replace it. This is your long-term emissions control system defect warranty for heavy-duty vehicles with GVWR greater than 14,000 pounds. This is what they have. So they have an even shorter coverage for that. Down here, it's also showing the coverage for vehicles like the one in the video, 8,500 pounds or less, 8-year or 80,000 miles. And this is what's going to be covered for that 8-year 80. Okay. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. The only thing that you see for emissions components, here's the after treatment systems, DOC, DPF, SCR. We understand that. Right here, exhaust gas, recirculation, and that does continue here. Even your PCV system is on there as well. The only thing that you don't see is diesel exhaust fluid. So all the components, the injector, the tank, none of those things show up covered under your warranty. What did you learn today? I learned just how confusing emissions warranty coverage is. You basically have like 2 or 3 warranties depending on your GVWR. So yes, you do have an 8-year 80, but there's only 3 things that were covered. And they listed catalytic converters on there, which I don't know what that means, because you can technically call a DPF, SCR, and a DLC a catalytic converter, but that's a gray area in my book. So they could choose to cover that under the 8-year 80 or not. However, you basically saw that the 7-year 70 is what a lot of those components fall under, okay? So it's very confusing, and I'll be honest, I'm a little confused too, if I'm being honest with you. I have to go back and read that probably 3 more times before I can understand it. But the other thing is, why is it that the DEF system is not covered, right? And I've told you guys this before. That is one system that is not covered under your warranty. So if you have a failure there, you have to pay out of pocket, even if your truck is technically brand new. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm hoping that Brian gives us a name for his channel soon, so that way you guys can start following him, because I want him to start posting some footage, you know, that I can't get for you guys, because there's a lot of good stuff that comes through there, and I think it'll be helpful for him too. So yeah, once I get that name, be sure to go and subscribe to his channel. But see you guys in the next one.